Let's take a look at Groovy on Grails. So Groovy is the language that we will write our program, our web application in. Groovy is a Java compatible language. That means that you can write Java code inside of a Groovy file, but Groovy also simplifies the Java syntax. A lot of times we say that Java has a lot of ceremony around it. We have to say book equals new book, with parens and semicolons, and we have to have getters and setters. Groovy simplifies a lot of that for us and makes it easier to write. Groovy runs on the JVM, it compiles down to bytecode, and again, you can just write Java inside of a Groovy file, and that would be totally fine, but it has a simplified syntax if you want to take use of that. So Grails is the framework. So much like Struts is a framework for Java code, Grails is the framework for Groovy code. So it's a RAD framework, we might say, so Rapid Application Development. So this is meant to just get us up and running with at least a prototype very quickly. It's inspired by Ruby on Rails, so it's sort of a play on Ruby on Rails, Groovy on Grails. And there's a lot of videos about this. So I'm going to show you some things that we can do. So there's a command line version of this that I'll make use of. You can also integrate this with Eclipse. Eclipse has a Grails plugin, and you can play around with that if you would like. Here's what building a skeleton app might look like. We say Grails create app gradebook. Then we go in there and we create a domain class, and this is sort of like our model. If you haven't already checked out the Struts video where we talk about model view controller there a little bit. So the domain class is sort of our model, and that has sort of the fields that we want to persist. So if we were creating a gradebook, we might have a student, and we might have grades, and we might have a teacher. And then we can ask Grails to generate a lot of the stuff for us. And how can it do this? It does this because a lot of our applications are built around the same kind of patterns, right? We have a lot of CRUD, which is create, read, update, delete. If I have an application that has students in there, I'm going to need to be able to create the students. I'm going to need to be able to read the students or view them or list them. I'm going to need to be able to update them or edit them. I'm going to need to be able to delete them. Same thing for all of our other models or domain classes. Books or grades or widgets, whatever it might be, we typically have this pattern of CRUD. So Groovy recognizes this, Grails recognizes this, and makes it very easy for us to to just express the models that we want. We fill out the data, and then it just builds the application for us, and it's a very handy way of prototyping things. So next we'll take a look at a demo.